little bit about how Google Assignments has changed in the past few weeks. Google has officially let out a update to their to the way that it interacts with Canvas, which is a good thing, actually. I want to walk you through how the Google 1.3, the LTI 1.3 has been updated, and just to kind of make sure that we all understand the different elements and kind of what it means and how it will change the way that I interact with Google Assignments, right? The old way of doing it is kind of gone. This new way is a little bit better. It's more integrated. It's going to allow you to make more adjustments. For now, it's going to be a little bit different when you grade it. They have plans to bring it all the way into SpeedGrader. At this point, it's not in SpeedGrader yet, but we're going to create a new assignment, right? So I'm going to create an assignment and using a Google Doc. So we'll bring that back up. We're going to call it FRQ Linear Regression 2. Sounds great, right? We're going to make this, at this point, there's nothing new about how you set it up in Canvas in terms of an assignment. I'm choosing an assignment. I am going to go in and I'm going to choose an external tool. So you can see that right there. And we're going to go down and we're going to find the Google Assignments LTI 1.3. Once I click this, it's going to bring up the option for me to choose the right Google account. If you've got multiple accounts logged in, it'll allow you to switch between those accounts. It's going to bring up a Google assignment creation, right? Now I've already created the Google Doc that we're going to be using ahead of time. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to attach the document that I want to work on. The good thing is once you've been working on it, if you are in recent, it's going to bring that up into one of your most recently used files. I'll click that. It attaches the file and asks you now if you're using a plagiarism, if it's kind of a document where the students are writing out papers and you want to do some plagiarism checks, you can turn this on. Students get 3 attempts. They can use it 3 different times and they can check to make sure that it doesn't send up a red flag. You get to set total points. I'm going to get 20 points and I'm going to choose a due date. Now, this due date doesn't automatically populate into Canvas, so make sure that you pay attention that you're going to pick your due date at the right time so that when you select it in both places, they're the same. Otherwise, you're going to get 2 different due dates. I think the one that matters the most is the one that you put in Canvas. But if they see the one in Google Docs, they say, oh, this is due at a certain time, they're going to tell you that it's different. If I want to create a rubric right on the fly, I can. If I've got a pre-used or pre-made rubric, or if I've got something in Google Sheets that I've used. Now this is going to be really more along the lines of how we used to use Google Classroom and how rubrics would populate that way. It's not using the rubrics that you have in Canvas. So those are 2 different things at this point. At this point, I'm going to make sure that I've got everything set up right. I'm going to click Create, and it's going to kind of run through the process. It's going to set it all up. You're going to click Select. That allows you to select the external tool. You selected the file inside the tool. Make sure you assign it to everyone and give the exact same due date as you did in the other one. I'm going to make sure that I've got it set for points and 20 points. Okay, that's good. So we're going to click Save. And that's it, right? Now, when a student gets to this, I've had a lot of students ask me, I can't see how to turn it in, right? Once they click on the, so this is what the students will get. They can click the file, or I think there's a button at the top where it says to open the assignment. It'll open up. It's going to be in Google Docs. It's going to look just like it always has been. It's going to be a lot more like Google Classroom. So once your students open the document, they'll come back to Canvas and then they'll click the Submit button, and that's going to turn in, they'll get a notification that they've submitted the document and it's been submitted successfully. And at that point, it turns over to you. You have ownership of the document now, and you will grade that using Google's assignments. Okay, it's not going to come through SpeedGrader at this point. There's going to be a video linked below that it's a lot longer. It's 48 minutes. You don't need to watch all 48. You get a pretty good kind of explanation in the first 10 minutes, give or take. Maybe it's 12 minutes, right? But I definitely recommend you watch that all the way through, the first 12 minutes. It's going to show you a lot more in detail about how it works out. in terms of like what it looks like from a student perspective and what it looks like from the teacher perspective and how you can grade it and the different things like that. I think they have comment banks you can kind of pull from, and those are really easy to click on. So I'm not going to take any more of your time because they do a really great job of explaining that. So go ahead, check that out. And if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll be real quick to get back with you with an answer. See you next time.